Chatham area. So say hi to Kyle Patrick. Happy birthday to you.
Mike Lindsay says, hope Greg gives Dale underwear for Father's Day. To be honest, I kind of hope I get some from the kids. He didn't even know what was going on.
What do you wear at the races, boxers or briefs? Depends.
Greg, you've had your moment now. I had mine when my brother flipped on the backstretch all those years ago.
Yes. That was, I've seen you with your brother when he flipped, and Clinton with Mikey crashing, and that's the first experience I've had, and we've traveled to a lot of races together. And I could see it coming from corner 4, and I looked, and it's like, that's the first thing you look for is, okay, where's Dad? And he wasn't looking. And I'm sure Mom will get when he gets home. If she hasn't already packed up, she's going to give him an earful after she sees the replay.
So they're going to run through the oil dry, and boy, how many times have we? The cardinal rule of the racetrack, Greg. What is it when you're on the track or around the track?
Don't look down.
Never have your back to the cars. Were you here when Ryan Smith started working up in turn 3?
No.
And things were configured much differently then, and he was in a spot where you almost couldn't conceive a race car could get. But if you crash hard enough, you can. And he got hit. He just got clipped a little bit. Like the wreck had slowed down. He was black from his hip almost all the way down to his ankle. Like nothing I've ever seen before. He still is a race official.
Just not in the same spot?
Found a new perch.
Favorite 2 announcers, great job. So he's obviously tuned into the truck race tonight.
Must be. Love that Phil Parsons.
White flag is out for the A main, Jason Tolton. And Chris Reichman on the front pole, David Goodacre, and Matt Newell in row number 2. Make that Tim Newell line correction there. Christopher French, Jeff Ilslager in row 3. Tristan De Silva with that heat race win, good starting spot in row 4. With Paul Rocco back in 188, Jason Dixon, Fabio Oliveri back in row number 5, Dale Millard and Mike Zerentagos, row 6, Tim and Dusty DeMore back in row 7, Jonathan Ayrton, Matt Newell, row number 8, Mike Taylor, Nick Massey back in row 9, and that's Julian Hill, Brian Buff, row 8, 9, Rob Whitman, Sean Capati, Jeremy Patrick Abramson, and Martin Schroeder back in your field for tonight's 15-lap HRW Automotive Mini Stock.
Dixon got a little bit sideways in the 3. I thought he was going to go around, but he gathered and he did a great job. Still in the top 10. But I've decided I'm not getting excited in the race on race unless they're 5 wide or more. 3 wide is nothing for me.
Number 6 and the red flag will come out.
You know, that's the car we talked about getting squirrely, getting out of shape. The lap before, even in the heat race, we said that car was evil handling.
He is.
And it still
open
is.
The window net. Now the rule of thumb is don't undo your belts when you're upside down, and I know it's the first instinct.
Well, it took the life of a driver in the Maritimes. How many years ago was that?
Because you do not, as soon as you take those belts off, gravity.
And you don't know where
Runs its
gravity's
course.
gonna take you, what it's gonna hang on to, and you could strangle yourself. Or
There he is. He's out of the car. And Clinton Jeffries on the scene. Well, we're going to get a replay for those watching online or with your...
Well, he's all right out of the car down here, guys. And I'm going to hold this up so Dave can see it. Dave, can you zoom in on that? I know it's a long way away. Maybe you guys can let me know if you can make. I gotta roll it out of the way now. But the center of this wheel is still intact, guys.
yeah, we've got a good view of it. You can see all the lug
So
nuts.
all 5 lug nuts still intact. The hub and brake drum still in place. You can see where the axle has severed off. So that's the issue here for Jason Dixon.
I think the issue is his car is upside down in turn 3, Clint.
Boy, you're a piece of work some days, brother.
Wow. That sounded like a pink slip.
No, we're just gonna done. And you know what? He talked about the counseling session we went to. He failed to tell you that I yelled at him, but I did buy him lunch twice the last 2 times we went out. So Adam, you owe us.
Yeah, you did buy a couple, and I was impressed. And like I said, it was more awkward for Clint, but he is the boss. Like we've been a team all these years.
Okay, enough of that. I got the whip guy here, Jason Dixon. Jason, you all right? That's the main thing.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. I felt her as soon as it turned sideways, I knew I was going for a ride.
Well, you all right? That's the main thing.
Yep, I'm okay.
He's all right down here, ladies and gentlemen. He will take the ride back to the ambulance for the compulsory look over. And Adam, it was a little uncomfortable for me to tell you how to do your job. We've been doing it together so long. It wasn't that. Tell him the truth. I said, don't pick on Greg when he's having a bad day.
Well, I didn't want to go into that. That's your part of the story. I thought I was going to get in enough trouble just saying that. But that's kind of how we roll. Because I came back to this last year. I'm so excited to be back. Greg, you do an awesome job as an announcer, and you do a lot of different jobs, and you're so much fun to pick on. Because you picked on me for 10 years that I wasn't
Well,
here.
now I'm coming across as a whiny little...
Not really.
This has really turned into a counseling session. Jay, I need another pulled pork.
Well, guys, lots of fuel dripping out of the Jason Dixon number 6 here. They've told me to back up. It is not a safe spot, so I will stand back with the fire crew at the ready. With the cool foam here ready to take action if need be.
I'm a big fan of videos on the internet, Clinton. You see different. It seems that the big numbers are always crash videos. And I can't remember what track it was, but there was a pretty wild accident. Where the official showed up with a fire extinguisher in his hand wearing shorts. And I was mortified. That, what are you possibly going to do? Because if you've ever seen a race car fire, they're intense. Like, you have to have the protective gear on to see the lengths that we go to try to make sure the drivers are safe and everyone has the experience that they come out to have. It really is something else, because it's mind-boggling what happens at some facilities.
There was a modified wreck. It's on YouTube. Someone sent it to us to show to our safety crew, actually, last week at Grandview Speedway, where a modified flipped and it didn't catch fire right away. The driver got out and then it caught fire from all the fuel leaking out. And the safety crew was right there. They had fire extinguishers and they still could not get it out. That racing gasoline especially is hard to put out because you can't use water on it.
No, you need the proper suppressants for it. And it is scary. You hate to talk about it, but you see one nasty fire just about every year from somewhere. And it's a lesson to not just wear racing gloves, wear double layer racing gloves, to take all the precautions that you can before you get in a race car. And thank goodness, that's why we see so many full containment seats, even in mini stocks.
Yeah, and it's mandatory to wear gloves here, where when I started here in 2008, it wasn't right away. I don't think they were in the rule book, they were highly recommended or something, but a few years ago we were able to get that changed, thankfully.
And nobody even bats an eyelash at it anymore. There was a time when people would kick back a little bit when you tried to put safety standards into place and rules into place and say, we should be able to look after our own safety, but you know what? They don't always. So put it in the rules, make them do it, and it's better for everybody.
I think the internet has actually helped in that fashion, because it's almost like peer pressure now. When you see something shared on Facebook so many times, You don't want to be that guy.
Well, containment seats and head and neck restraints. The accident like we saw in that sprint car crash at the start-finish line, that's exactly the type of crash that a head and neck restraint saves so many neck injuries. That kind of sudden impact from the front, and people don't think twice. It's just a cost of going racing now.
Well, but the safety crew getting their work out tonight, guys. Lots of fuel down here. They'll take a couple laps and run them through it. Be ready to go.
Jason Tolton going to restart from the first position on the inside of row number 1. Chris Reichman in the 93 on the outside. That yellow number 26 is Tim Newell on the inside of row 2. Paul Longboat in the blue number 188 on the outside. Tristan De Silva, the young man in the jibs number 01, will restart 5th. Christopher French is 6th. Dale Millard 7th in the 3. The 9 is Tim DeBoer. That Bill Elliott throwback scheme. Look at the slow pace. Jason Tolton made some adjustments and raced that car at Flamborough Speedway last Sunday afternoon on the asphalt. Now it's adjusted back to do battle on dirt, Greg, and he's going to bring it back to green flag.
Chris Reichman in the 93 will lead them down the front stretch. In the corner